Welcome to Finland. You are watching the DI Talk Show. Yes!
Our guest today is Mr. Habeeb. Mr.
Hello.
Habeeb, welcome to our talk show. Where are you from originally?
Okay, so I am from Ghana.
Okay.
I am from Ghana.
You were born in Ghana.
Yes. No, sorry, not really. I was born in Nigeria.
Okay.
But when I was a little baby, around 6 to 7 years, I came to Ghana, and since then I grew up in Ghana, schooled in Ghana, did my university in Ghana.
Okay.
Almost everything in Ghana.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you speak the local language.
Yeah,
you speak
I do.
Tree.
I do.
Oh, okay. So let's say you are Nigerian and Ghanaian at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can put it that way.
Okay, so what did you study in Ghana?
Okay, actually I did business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did business, and in university I studied accounting with finance.
Okay, University of Ghana or
University for Development Studies, UDS.
okay, UDS.
Yeah.
Okay. So why Finland? Why did you come to Finland?
Okay, so many people have reasons for coming to Finland.
Yes.
But to me personally, I would say it was an opportunity to explore.
Okay.
In the sense that when I completed university, we all know how the situation in Ghana is, like getting a good job after university. So my sister decided, okay, because she already lives here for more than 10 years.
Okay.
So she decided to, okay, she called me and she was like, okay, would you like to come and join me here?
Mm-hmm.
And initially I was like, okay, so if I come and join you, what am I going to do? And she wanted maybe I could just, get any job, any kind of job, which at least even pays better in Ghana. But at the same time, she was like, okay, why don't I come to Finland, study? If I study, and when I graduate with my certificate, I can probably get something to do, something more reasonable to do in Finland, or use that certificate to travel outside. So I was like, okay, then I think that's a good idea, because I would come, acquire knowledge, and at the same time get my certificate and use that opportunity to either get a good job here or outside Finland. So that's my main motive for coming to Finland here.
All right. So were you jobless in Ghana? Were you unemployed?
Actually, I was not unemployed.
You weren't?
I thought I was not unemployed, so I was with Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited.
Okay.
At the legals department, we have a unit which is the securities unit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was not.
So you had a good job.
Yeah, I would.
Things were really going on well for you in Ghana.
Yeah, but
so it wasn't that bad.
If you put it that way, from an outside perspective, they would say it wasn't that bad. But for me, because I had so much responsibility to do, like so much responsibility on my neck. So if I wanted to progress, or progressing would be, would at least cost me more.
All right.
Yeah, it would cost me more my or it can cost me my job as well. So which means I would have to, leave my job, focus more on my education, or leave or just focus on my job. You get it?
Okay.
So back home, it wasn't as if, even though I was working with Fidelity, but it wasn't like everything was just good. Yeah.
Okay. You said you had so many responsibilities.
Yeah.
Is it family responsibility?
Yeah. So with the responsibility, I would say one for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really wanted to, build myself up.
Okay.
And also then comes family.
Are you the firstborn?
Yeah, I'm the firstborn.
Oh, okay.
So you now understand the angle I'm coming from.
Where you coming from?
Exactly.
Okay, I get you.
Exactly.
So you're not married?
No.
You don't have any kids?
No, I'm not married. I don't have any kids.
But you have a girlfriend? Oh.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do have a girlfriend.
I
Is she here in Finland with you?
No,
or
not at all. She's back home.
She's back home,
Yeah.
waiting for you.
Yes.
Okay. So how are you coping with long distance relationship. You here and your girlfriend is in Ghana. How
Yeah.
is it?
You know, it's never easy, especially with long distance relationship.
Late night calls.
It's never easy, you know.
Okay. What are you studying here in Finland? Are you doing
Okay.
your master's, PhD, or undergraduate course?
Okay, so I'm doing masters.
Master's
Yeah.
in
So I'm doing masters in international business and sales management
sales management.
in University for Eastern Finland.
Okay.
UEF.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that what you studied in Ghana? Or?
Yeah, I did something relating to business,
Business.
which is accounting and finance.
Okay.
And that was in University for Development Studies, UDS.
Okay.
And later, and in my secondary school, I did basically business studies.
Business studies.
Yeah, so it was very easy for me to just gain the admission over here.
Oh, okay.
Because of my business background.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you finding it in Finland? The struggles. Are you struggling here in Finland, or things are going the way you plan?
Okay, so
The
Finland
challenges.
is my first European country. Like going out of Ghana, Finland is like my first abroad.
Abroad. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I would say my expectation, it's like, if I should rate it, it should be 70-30.
70/30.
Yeah, 70/30.
Why 70/30?
Yeah, so the 70 is like the good part, which is
Yeah.
the 30 is the bad part. And the 70 is in the sense that Finland is a very, very serene place, a quite good European country. Which even on my first day, the day I arrived at Vanta airport, even though it was a Sunday, so in my mind I was like, okay, even in Ghana Sundays are always quiet, so here too is like quiet. So I was like, okay, cool. The road, everything just clear, like everything was just good.
Nobody shouting.
No, not shouting. No, hey, Bola, hey, no, not that. Everything was just quiet. I was like, okay, maybe because it's Sunday.
Yeah.
So the following day, Monday, I didn't go out. So Tuesday, we went out with my sister and her husband.
Okay.
And it was like still the same thing. I'm like, okay, so is this how Finland is? Like everywhere is just quiet. And she was like, yeah, basically this is how Finland is. So Finland is very, very quiet. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I've been longing for a quiet place, and finally I got it. Finally, okay. I got it. So I think that's one of the good things about Finland, and also the education system.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's very, very good. Surprisingly, that's one of my like shocking thing I witnessed when I got to Finland, because back home, comparing education in Ghana and in Finland, like vast difference. Yeah, vast. It's very good. The lecturers are so encouraging. Like they are so like they are ready to to take you in. Just don't be shy. They even encourage you. Speak whatever, speak anything, even if it's a wrong
anything
answer.
You have on your mind.
Anything you have on your mind, just say it.
That's something we don't have back home.
Even if you are saying the wrong thing, they'll be shaking their head. Like, just to, encourage you, keep talking. You might hit the right answer. But back home, it's never like that. It's never like that,
You are even scared to speak out your mind.
It's okay. No, sit down. Hey, next. Do you get it? So they just discourage you at that spot. So education is one thing, and the system. So if I say the system, like
the system here in Finland.
Yeah, here in Finland also is top notch.
Okay.
Because like
how is the system?
Everything is like, I don't know, it's interconnected. So you hardly beat the system. Let me put it that way. You hardly beat the system. So the system here, I mean, when I gained my admission, so apparently every student who gains admission in Finland has a student national study learning number or something like that. So even you can't even lie that oh, I'm a student, because with that they can just check it once and they will know which university, which year your study right,
Okay.
and when your study right ends.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Okay.
So that's one of the system. And
there is no kululu.
no kululu,
No
exactly.
kululu.
Let's put it that way. No
Yeah.
kululu. So let's say, for instance, you go to the police now and you want to do something, even if they don't have your home address or your, they just need your student's learning number and all your information will just pop up. You get it?
The system is
the
working.
system works.
Yeah.
It's really so you hardly beat the system.
Okay.
Do you get it? So that's like one of the things I realized, because back home, even my student ID cry.
And you'll be a student ID.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
But here, student ID is very, very key. You get a lot.
You should know your student number as well.
I know my student number. I know my study number, and with the student ID, you get a lot of like discounts when you enter a shop online. Like, just show it to them as an example, like buying a bus card.
Yeah.
Student discounts. It really works. Like, so that's why I said, like, the system works. They even consider, okay, you are a student. Okay, you are a foreigner here, you are a student. Okay, then let's relieve some of your stress. Okay. You are entitled to this, you are entitled to that. And just, I think so far, the only thing I personally, the only thing I'm enjoying is the student benefits, yeah, which is like for the bus card. Okay. Do you get it? Yeah. But sometimes I even forget that I have student discount or something when I enter shops in Finland. Because sometimes they do say, okay, if you enter any shop and you think this thing is quite expensive, there are some things that you can use student cards to.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, same here. So I've been getting messages on my student app which says, oh, when you go to, let's say, J&D, a shoe which is sold for like 100 euro. Okay. When you go to a J&D shop and you see, just show them your student discount. At least you student card, you get at least maybe 15% discount or 25% discount on some of the goods. So like everything is, so Finland is quite encouraging. Yeah, for me.
For you.
Yeah, it's really, so that's the 70% part.
Yeah.
The 70% part. Now let's talk about the 30%.
The 30.
Now with the 30%, one thing that puts me off in Finland is they are not, let me say, they are quite antisocial.
They are not friendly.
They are not friendly. You get it? You know, back home, even when I'm walking on the street and I see someone who maybe like, hey, hello, hey, Charlie, what's up? Hey, Charlie, hey, you okay? Do you get that vibe?
That vibe.
Yeah. But here,
you don't get it.
I go my way, you go your way. Do you get it? Everybody minds their own business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I find it very, very weird. I'm like, why? So even sometimes when I go to offices or shops or anything, and you sometimes greet, they find it weird. Like, hey, why are you greeting me? Just come and buy your thing, and they give you that impression, like, buy your thing and just go. Like, there's no need for you greeting me. Like, do you get it? Yeah. So that's one thing that because everybody is like, they mind their own I'm going my way, you are going your way. Okay. Do you get it? So that's one thing. And also the second thing is the weather here.
The weather.
Yeah.
Finnish weather.
Finland is so cold. So my very first time I experienced.
Did you come in summer or winter? So
I came around ending of so I came when it was about, like, the winter season was about to start. So that was like, I left Ghana on the 28th of August. So I arrived here 29th, 30, yeah.
But August is still summer.
Yeah, but it was getting cold.
For you, okay, yeah.
Because where I was coming from, it's hot. It was really, really hot. But when I got here, it was so cold. It was getting colder and colder, because early morning it's very cold, but during the day, the sun comes out, so it keeps the country warm. Then late in the night, it gets colder. So it was preparing we were preparing to enter the winter season. Okay. Yeah. So my first time I experienced winter was, I think, in November. Yeah. It was so, back home when we used to talk, hey Charlie, you have never seen snow before, you have never. Well, I came here and I witnessed it. I even had to take videos and send it back
Pictures
home.
and
Hey,
send it back
look,
home.
my first time experiencing snow. Yeah, it was so cold, and back home I used to wear just normal dress like a top and down, but because of the winter, I had to wear like 2 3 clothes because that was my first time and I was so cold and I was not used to it. And even it got to a point like my hands were so cold and were freezing, and I think I could see blood clotting on my fingers.
Wow.
Even with the gloves. Yeah, it was very, very scary for me. Yeah, as at that time. But I think
Easy.
it wasn't.
It
wasn't easy.
Okay.
It wasn't easy. Yeah. So I think that's one part of my 30%. Yeah. So yeah, overall, I think Finland is good.
Okay.
Yeah, Finland is good, and because I've been in Finland for almost 2 years now.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
If my calculation says right.
Okay.
Yeah. No, sorry, more than a year. So
More than a year.
Sorry,
Okay.
more than a year because I arrived here last year. So,
last year.
Yeah.
So it's been a year now.
Yeah, it's been a year. So.
It's been a year. Viewers, that's Mr. Habeeb telling us his story here in Finland. So I think he still has more to offer. So let's ask him what he still got under his sleeves. So you are doing your masters right now.
Yes.
I just want to know, how did you get the admission? Did somebody help you, or there must be somebody behind all the things?
Yeah.
You're coming to Finland, or
Exactly.
there's nobody behind. You just went on the internet and then you try to find a school here in Finland.
Yeah, exactly.
Or somebody helped you come to Finland.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, I have a sister here in Finland. So she was the masterpiece of
master planner.
Yeah, master planner of me coming to Finland. So because I was with Fidelity, and she was the one who initiated everything. Like, hey, would you like to come here through degree or masters? Then from masters, then we see what happens. And I'd already acquired a degree in Ghana, which is UDS. So I was like, okay, then why don't I go for masters? So she was like, okay, then we'll see what we can do. So she was the one who started the process, search the schools. So when she sent the schools, so she would send it to me. Then I would have to, go through the school page on their website to look the one which I think I'll be comfortable doing. Yeah. So I think I applied for 4 schools. 4 schools. She did. She applied for 4 schools for me, which I did interviews online. Yeah, and I got University for Eastern Finland, which is Eastern Finland. Yeah.
University of
Eastern Finland.
Eastern Finland.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's how it all went, and I wrote a motivational letter. There were some I had to even do a selfie video to explain the reasons why I'm choosing this program and my working experience, because mostly with masters you should have attained some level of working experience in any field you are. So that was one of the things that they also consider.
Okay.
So I did that, and I was just there, and I got the message like, oh, I've gained admission to UEF. So that was one part of me coming to Finland, and the other part was the permit processing.
Your residence permit.
My residence
your papers.
Permit. Yeah, my papers. Yeah. So I had to, and it was.
Was it difficult, to get your papers?
For me, I believe if you have everything intact, it should be easy. Yeah, if there is no kululu in your papers. So
if you are not passing through the corners.
Because as I said earlier, the system works. So even if you pass through the corner, luckily you might escape it, but like 90% do not really get it when they pass through the corner. So for me personally, I believe that when you have your papers genuinely, everything is intact, just submit, you definitely get it.
They don't have the free education anymore here in Finland.
Yeah.
So
I also got that.
did you get scholarship or?
Yeah, so when I got the admission, I had the school fees was 8,000 euro per year.
Per year, 80,000.
8,000 euros per year.
Okay.
But I got scholarship for 50%.
50%.
Yeah.
So you paying
so
4,000.
I was paying 4,000.
Okay.
So I'm still paying 4,000 every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
So how many years is your course?
The study right was for 5 years.
Okay, 5 years.
Yeah, for myself, I plan to finish it within 2 years. So
2
I'm
years.
done with my first year. So I'm now doing my thesis right now.
Thesis.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing my thesis right now.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
that is it. So that was one thing. And so with the financing, before I even got to Finland, she was the one who
your sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Big
So
shout
she
out to her.
helped.
So
She
was the one
helped
who-
you financially.
she financed everything for me.
Okay.
So she paid the school fees here, everything showed here. So even the admission and like everything was just from here. So all I had to do back home was just to do
the interview
in Abuja, go to the embassy, because they have the VFS and they have the Abuja. That's for students. So the VFS is a place where you submit all your documents, they will verify it, and after that they will schedule another date for you to go and have your interview at the embassy in Abuja. So VFS is not for student interview, let me put it that way.
Okay.
It is, the student interview is done at the embassy.
Okay.
But for maybe, let's say, my marital purposes,
okay,
then children affairs and any other things, you do it in VFS. Abuja. But when you're a student, you go to the embassy.
You go to the embassy.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you financially stable now? You said you're working, right?
Yeah.
Financially, you have a job now. Is it okay at the moment?
Okay, so
but since you're a student, I wouldn't say like 100%, but at least you are able to
at least
pay your bills.
I'm now paying my bills.
You're now paying your bills.
Because when I first got to Finland, a big shout out to my sister. I was living with her. You know, it's not everybody who has that privilege to, you know, when you first get into a different country, or who gets to Finland, like you're on your own.
You are on your I know.
But luckily for me, I knew someone here already.
Your sister didn't disappoint
you. She didn't. Oh, never. She never.
Okay.
Some
people get disappointed all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
And I always appreciate her for that. If not for her, probably I would have run back to Ghana. If not for her, yeah. So when I got here, you know, I got here even though COVID was still around when I got to Finland. That was just last year. Yeah, COVID was still lurking around. But even though it wasn't as rampant as it was in 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
So my classes were online. No, it was hybrid, which is like you have to come to class, or you either opt for online. So she was like, okay, now if you go to Kopi, because my school is located in Kopi, which is like 4 hours or more than 4 hours journey from Espoo. Or let me put it from Helsinki to Kopi is 4 hours. So when I go there, I would have to pay my bills, you know, cater for myself, and maybe once in a while she might just send me some small cash, like just to. So she was like, okay, why don't I opt for online, whilst I try to get a job, just to get something doing here in Finland. Do you get it? And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. At least one, I won't be paying rent. And also, at least I'll have family members. I won't be
around you.
Yeah, I won't be isolated in Kopio, like myself all alone. So I was like, okay, then let me just use that opportunity to, you know, to get something to do. And luckily for me, she made 1 or 2 calls, and she got a place for me. And mostly, if you're a student and you're coming from, especially international students, so anywhere aside Europe or anywhere aside Finland, you are coming into Finland as a student, you hardly get this white collar job, or maybe let me say this office job or something. You have to just do, like, you have to be doing gigs around just to get something, just to get some monies on you. So it's either you do maybe dishwashing or food packaging, I mean, these fruits, salads and stuff, or canteen services like restaurant services, or cleaning, or just these kind of
food
manual,
delivery as well,
food delivery, this manual job as well. So that was one what she knew someone who was doing one of these cleaning, so she called, and the guy just also made 1 or 2 calls to his boss, and he was like, okay, I will just come. So I arrived in Finland. Let's say I officially arrived in Finland on 1st September, and within 2 weeks I had already gotten something to start with.
Wow.
So she was
There's
like,
something
hey,
that doesn't happen.
exactly. She was
Some
like,
people have to struggle for months before
seriously,
they get something
I don't
to
know.
do.
I was just so lucky with that. And she was like, even herself, when she was schooling, as at the time she was schooling in Sena Yokim, it took her almost like 6 months
to get a job.
Yeah, to get a job. Something similar to what I'm doing now. So it took her 6 months, but I just got to Finland first by middle of September. I've already gotten. I was like, wow, that was so fast. I was like, so okay, then why don't you use that opportunity? Start with it. Then you'll be doing class, attending class, then do this one, or else you. And it's hourly based. So as a student, officially you are entitled to only 5 hours
a day.
So which is 25 hours in a week. If you get it, So, and even she said her time, I think she didn't get even 5 hours. She was getting like 2 or 3 hours. But me, the first day I got, the guy was like, okay, 5 hours.
Wow.
So that same day, he called me again. Oh, sorry, we had an emergency. Can you help with another place? So the very first day, I got like 7 straight hours to do. I was like, isn't this too much?
You're such a lucky guy.
I was like, oh, isn't this too much? He said, yeah, oh, just no more. I was like, okay. So that was how I started with the cleaning. Yeah, that was how I started with the cleaning. So, and I've been doing it, and I think, so since then, I'm okay. I've been paying my bills. Yeah, with them. Now I've moved from her place.
So how long did you live with her?
Yeah, I live with her almost a year.
Almost a year?
Yeah, almost a year. She accommodated me almost a year. Yeah, I moved from a place this 2020. Yeah, so I think early, I think in April. Yeah, I moved from a place in April. So that was like, let me say, when we were done, I was fully done with my first year.
That's like 5 months ago. Is it 5 or 4 months
ago?
Yeah,
4 months ago. So I was fully done with my first year in uni, in UEF. So that was when I moved, and now I'm on my own. I wouldn't say I'm financially okay. I'm managing, but small. So alhamdulillah. Yeah, alhamdulillah. So that's how the journey has been. Sometimes when going to work in the winter, it was so crazy. Sometimes there are days that the winter is just so severe that it even covers almost like
the snow.
Yes, the snow. So I'd have to maneuver inside because I wasn't driving by then.
But do you drive now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you have your own car.
I wouldn't say I have my own car per se, but yeah, I drive.
Drive.
Yeah, I drive. I drive. Yeah.
You have a car.
Yeah, I have a car that I drive.
Yeah, but it's not your car.
It's not fully my car.
It's not fully your car. Now one day.
It is still for government. Because we jump a crack.
Okay,
Do you
like
get it?
installments.
Yeah, installments. Yeah.
Okay, but you still the owner anyway. The papers, how do you name?
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
put it
So
down.
the car is yours. Just that you are
For me,
paying it.
if it's not fully,
Fully
in my
paid.
name,
Yeah.
I don't see it as my own
As
car.
yours.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you get it? So
Okay.
to me, that's my perception.
Okay.
Even as I'm still driving, I know I'm still driving a car for someone, unless I fully pay it and the car is in my hand. Finally,
Car owner.
Car owner, because
Okay.
you are bound to pay monthly. That monthly pay you have to
Yeah.
pay it, and if I don't go out and get something to do,
They will take the car away from you.
Not even they will issue me a warning like, oh, you are supposed to pay this amount of money this very month, this date, but you didn't pay. So what's up? Then if you still don't pay, interest keeps piling up, and it's not something good of. But so even if I don't have a choice, I have to just get up and just go outside and just go and do something and come back just to get something to pay.
Okay. So it's partially yours.
Yeah, it's partially mine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's partially mine.
Oh, okay.
I don't count it as mine fully, unless I finish paying.
It's understandable.
So even if I finish paying and I don't go out for a week, I know there isn't any bill coming that
coming down.
You have to pay this.
You have to pay.
Do you get it? So for now, that's how I'm moving. But before then, and I'll say everything. All thanks to my sister.
Okay.
She has really been supportive. Like, she's my backbone. If not because of her, I would have gone back to Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, she's number one.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I really appreciate her for that. Yeah, but before the car issue and everything, I was using the bus.
Okay.
So as a student, as I mentioned earlier, I was having the student discount.
Okay.
So I was having the student discount. So instead of me paying, like, let's say around 60 to 70 euro per month, I was paying, I think,
half
50.
the price.
It wasn't half though, but it was like a little cheaper than the normal and average adult.
Okay.
Paying 70 euro. So I was paying like 50 euro.
Okay.
Yeah,
which isn't bad.
Yeah, which isn't bad.
Something we don't have back home.
They didn't see that.
You either take the short
pay
fully or your taxi.
Yeah. And one thing about Finland, I would say one thing I would always be proud about Finland or Europe is like time management. Yeah. Because back home, even let's say I'm going to work, I wake up. Let's say I'm going to work, I wake up like 6 a.m. in the morning, finish praying, dress, iron and everything. I know if I work from Abosokan to Second, Abosokan to like where I used to live, Pampro, within 2 minutes, I'll get car.
Yeah.
Because circle. Then I enter.
You
get
enter.
It? I pay, I go. It doesn't happen here. There is nothing like a circle.
You just go out and then there is a taxi.
So before you even go out, you have to navigate. Okay, check when the bus is coming. Do you get it? So you have to, maybe going outside from my room to downstairs will take me like 1 minute. From downstairs to where the bus stand is will take me like 3 minutes walk. So roughly 5 minutes. So you have to even go out 5 minutes. So that's like you going to the bus stand 5 minutes. But the bus coming like, let's say 7 or 8 minutes time. So 5 minutes is okay for you.
So you have to wait
for the bus. So
you
have to wait for the bus. The bus doesn't wait for you.
Okay.
Do you get it? You have to be there. And it doesn't stop. Once it moves. So you have to
wait for the next one.
You have to wait for the next one. I quite remember there was a time I think I was just late for like 30 seconds. I was approaching, I saw the bus at the bus stand and I was running. This driver just,
drove off.
I was like, he's so old. Like, I was like, come on. Like, I'm just wait for me like 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
He said he just drove off. So I had to wait for like almost 15 to 17 minutes again for another bus
for the next one
to come.
Okay.
Yeah. And here the bus hardly fails. That's why I said the system works. The bus hardly fails. It hardly fails you.
Can you look into the camera and tell viewers, anybody trying to pursue your career, the same career as yours, what advice would you give to them?
Okay. So, to anybody out there who is
Mm.
looking at me right now, I've shared my experiences coming from Ghana to Finland, and for the past 1 year, more than a year now, I would say you should have it in mind that you are leaving home. You have no, let's say, maybe before coming, you are with your friends, your families, and everything, but here you are coming as a loner. That is, if you don't have anybody here, you get it. And if you do have someone here, the feeling is not like when you are home. Do you get it? So you have to be mentally prepared for that. You have to be mentally prepared for that. There are things, if you have someone here and you are coming, there are things the person might not tell you. But just know that when you come here, you have something to achieve. You have a purpose. Just focus on that. Be yourself, and be as cautious as you can. That's what I'm saying. Here, you hardly beat the system.
No kululu.
No kululu. In Ghana, you can just, hit
Beat the
someone
system.
or just do something, and the police will come, and 1, 2, 3 talks and everything. You just, excuse me to say, you tip the police, or the police just like, "They are call." Here, there is nothing like, "Oh, they are fighting me." No, it doesn't work. When you fail, the law is there to correct you. So you hardly beat the system. Just be cautious, be yourself, and know that you are a loner, and be mentally prepared. Be mentally prepared, because there are some things you would never, you wouldn't know until you get here.
Okay.
But once you are mentally prepared that, okay, whatever comes my way, I'll have to go through it. And I think you'll be fine. Yeah, and bring more money. You get it?
There is no shortcut.
No shortcuts.
No shortcut.
No
Okay.
shortcuts. Seriously, for that, no shortcuts.
No shortcut.
Yeah, the system is there, just there. No shortcuts. If you are due to pay something, it will alert you. And if you don't pay, it will alert you, and you have to pay. You have to do it, because I quite remember when I came here, I forgot to pay my student health fee, which is the Kala or something like that. I forgot to pay. So early this year, I got a letter saying that I was owing student fee from last year, and now interest has been accrued on it. So I was like, come on, this is my first time. There is nothing like this my first time. So you just have to go through all you hardly beat the system. Once you are registered, forget it. The system is there.
You are in the system.
You are in the system. It will monitor you. No matter what you do, the system is just there. Just be yourself, be cautious, and mentally prepared, your health, your mental health is very, 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 very key.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just have to be strong, and keep communicating back home. That's my advice to the person who wants to come to Finland, or who wants to travel outside and go to Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Habeeb.
Thank you
for coming to the Dia Talk Show.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Habeeb, and this is the end of our talk show. If you want to watch more videos, more interviews, just have to click on the subscribe button, subscribe, and then like it and share it. Thank you. I'm out.